The Ink and Paint Club podcast is intended for mature audiences only, so don't tell your parents! Listener discretion is advised. You're listening to the Ink and Paint Club podcast, your weekly home for animation reviews and discussions.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Ink and Paint Club podcast, our first show of 2018.
What's up?
Woo! I'm your host JD and Kyle's here.
I'm the co-host.
He is the co-host, he's a beautiful co-host. And also joining us is my co-host in life, Melanie's here.
Yeah, co-host in life.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been off for a couple weeks because of the holidays. We got busy and stuff, so sorry about that. But we're back, and we're looking to the year ahead.
Not actually sorry.
Kinda.
Somewhat.
But, you know, it's a new year, guys, and, you know, new year, new us, except not really, and I hate when people say that.
I totally forgot because I was looking at the expiration dates on our food earlier. And it was like 2018, and I was like, oh, sweet, we're good. I can still eat this. And then I was like, wait, no, I can't. It's 2018.
I mean, it is now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I always hate it when people say, see you next year. That really gets me.
Don't be that guy, everybody. Don't be that guy.
There you go.
So yeah, as is our tradition over the last couple of years, we are taking this opportunity to look at the animated movies to come this year. We made a list of all the what I deemed significant, with big quotation marks, animated films that are coming out this year, and
if that's what you want to call them.
Yeah. And we'll just talk about them briefly and what we think about what they will be. You know, our early impressions, I guess. So I guess we'll just get right into it, everybody.
Get it.
So our first movie we're talking about is actually coming up here in the next couple of weeks. It's one of DC's newest animated movies. They're doing a animated adaptation of the Gotham by Gaslight Batman story. And I don't know, guys, from the trailer, I think it looks kind of interesting.
Definitely, I'll see it. I think DC's animated stuff's usually pretty good.
Usually. I don't know, it's Victorian Batman and he's fighting Jack the Ripper. I don't know, Kyle, I mean, you've said numerous occasions that you kind of find Batman boring, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, how many fucking movies come out during a year where it's just, oh, it's Batman, but he's doing this now. Oh, he's a ninja.
Oh, yeah. There is a Batman, like, CG ninja movie coming out. I didn't put it on the list, but
okay.
It looks really weird.
What about the Vampire Batman?
What about Vampire Batman?
That's a thing that exists, too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, all these interpretations get kind of weird. I never read this comic.
Catwoman's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
I've never read this comic, but
Me neither.
I don't want to see it turn into steampunk stuff.
I mean, it doesn't look too steampunky. It looks like it's kind of grounded in reality.
Did you say it was Bruce Timm or not?
I don't know if it's Bruce Timm. I imagine it. I think I think Bruce Timm just works for DC stuff now.
Because it looks like the art style that I feel like for their Justice League movies.
Maybe.
Which I think is
it's
ugly.
It's not Phil Barassa's art style. I know that much.
They all have massive necks.
Well, he still has like the blocky face, like how Bruce Timm draws it. So I don't know. But I agree that Batman is kind of overplayed, and I'm kind of done seeing traditional Batman. But if they can find new and interesting ways to interpret him, I'm good with that.
It's gonna be weird though, because Batman's all about the gadgets, and so like
he has a grappling gun.
All right.
So I guess we'll see. And that's coming out on the 23rd of January, so keep an eye out for that.
And then the 24th is my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Wow. And your birthday's on the 14th.
It sure is, dear.
Wow.
Mel's kind of sick, so she's a little loopy, so.
You don't know me.
I sure do, dear.
Wow.
So, moving on to just a few days later, on the 26th, Aardman Animation, the guys who made, like, Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, are finally putting out a new movie, called Early Man, which is basically about cavemen being introduced to, the Bronze Age of society. So
what does that even mean?
Because there's
the commercial was really confusing.
It's basically like the Roman, like, I guess they
were like playing football.
So this is what I don't like when they're doing a movie about cavemen. There's like, there's this sect of cavemen that are just kind of hanging out over here while the rest of society has advanced and stuff. So it's like, okay, we have Roman society that has all their modern advancements and stuff, and how they're still cavemen. I'm pretty sure there's like thousands of years of separation between those two.
They should have just did the Native Americans and then the white man as the bad guy.
But it's about cavemen.
But I'm saying, like, Native Americans would have worked because society was moving on when...
But it's about cavemen.
I got a phone call.
Cool.
And a voicemail.
Cool.
I'm zoning out.
So yeah, I mean, this looks pretty much in line with their stuff. I mean, I appreciate Aardman for...
The last movie they had out was their pirate movie, right?
I think it was Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep.
I didn't see either.
Yeah, I didn't see the pirate movie either.
I can't stand the way these people do mouths.
I loved the pirate movie. It was awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've heard the pirate movie was pretty good.
I liked Flushed Away.
I never saw that.
That
one was
though.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah. But this one's got that Eddie Redmayne guy, and I think Tom Hiddleston's in this too.
Eddie Redmayne's
He's in everything.
It's true. It's a lot of British people.
Because
it's a British company.
Go Britain.
So, I don't know. I might go see this just because I like that Aardman is still doing stop motion, and pretty much them and Leica are the only two that are doing stop motion anymore. So.
Yeah, I just can't stand the way they do their mouths. How they just like they stick out so far, and like they never close their mouths, and their teeth are always like. Nah.
That's just how they do.
Drives me crazy.
That's how they do.
I did like Chicken Run though. Mel Gibson's in that movie, and he hates Jews.
He does hate the Jews.
He sure does.
Kyle, what is your opinion on this?
I mean, it looks interesting, and then the football stuff happens, and I'm like mentally checked out at that point.
Yeah, it's like...
I know, because it was like the white people came and took gold or something, and then all of a sudden there was football.
I think they're finding bronze, because that's what they said. It's the Bronze Age now.
But what does that have to do with football?
I don't... Yeah, that's kind of where they lost me, because it's like they take the cavemen and they make them play soccer, and it's like, okay.
Well, it was a bait and switch thing because they had him in armor, and you're thinking Roman Empire, he's going to be in a Colosseum fighting, but it was just a goalie outfit. That was kind of just the bait and switch.
I don't really get it, but I don't know. It looks interesting. I'll probably go see it.
It looks okay. It's just when they first show them, they've got like armored elephants and stuff. You kind of want to see a war, but it's like the football stuff.
I would love to see this company just have blood and guts everywhere. Could you fucking imagine?
I could see that, honestly.
Just like heads ripping off and limbs and blood.
Kind of already got that with Robot Chicken. And
no, this company specifically.
Like so yeah, moving on. Hey guys, Wes Anderson's finally making another animated movie. Because
I've never seen one of his films.
I don't know. We like Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I love Wes Anderson. His movies just make me feel so good inside.
But yeah, the first animated movie he did was Fantastic Mr. Fox a long time ago, and that was pretty good. I liked that one.
So funny. He's such a quirky dude.
He's very quirky. He has a very interesting film style.
Yeah, the way he the dialogue and the way everyone talks and everything is just so delightful.
But yeah, so in March on the 23rd, he's coming up with his next animated movie called Isle of Dogs, which I'm still not like 100% what this movie is about.
Yeah.
It's like
a garbage island, and they put the dogs on the island.
Yeah, like off the coast of Japan, there's this garbage island where they dump all these stray dogs or something, and this little boy steals like a prototype plane to go to the garbage island to look for his lost dog, and then the government gets involved in something.
Yeah. It'll be delightful.
Yeah, it's got like 1 million people. Pretty much everyone who's ever been in a Wes Anderson movie is going to be in this. So like Bill Murray and all them.
And that one guy.
Which one guy?
That one guy who's in everything with Wes Anderson. He was the Hulk.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, no, not the original Hulk.
The other guy.
Yeah.
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Thank you. I could not remember.
That came, yeah. But it looks kind of interesting. It's in the same kind of stop motion style that Mr. Fox was. So I like that. At least he's
Fox had Meryl Streep in it.
It sure did, and George Clooney.
She was nominated for it.
Oh.
She's nominated for everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, Kyle, what do you think of Isle of Dogs?
It looks alright.
I'll watch the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's about dogs. That's 2 dog movies coming out.
Yeah, I'll get to another dog movie here in a bit.
Dog movies.
So yeah, I'm glad that Wes Anderson's finally doing another animated movie, because I think he did a really good job with his last one, and if this is even half as good as the last one, then should be good.
Hooray!
Good. Good job, everybody. Weirdly coming out on the same day, on the 23rd of March, a sequel nobody asked for.
No, I can't.
The sequel to Romeo and Juliet, which came out years ago.
No.
Sherlock Gnomes is coming out.
So bad.
They just made it just for that pun.
So damn.
And it's
dumb.
just like, who asked for this?
I mean, it was probably just some dude sitting around one day, and he went, "Holy shit, Romeo and Juliet."
Well, yeah.
And then they were like, "What could we do with this?"
No, it's just like
Sherlock. No.
I mean, I never saw Romeo and Juliet, but I just want to know, was that movie successful enough and popular enough to warrant a sequel? Because that movie was had to be at least 5 years ago.
I didn't think it did that well.
Yeah, it was one of those smaller budget animated movies. It came out a long time ago, so it's like,
what it was. It was
does anyone even remember that movie?
Is that Blue Sky? Who did that?
I think it's just Paramount.
No.
It's distributed by Walt Disney.
The first one was?
The first one was Touchstone.
This one's out by Paramount, so but I've noticed a trend that if a animated movie during the trailer advertises look at all these voice actors we have, these famous celebrities, and it's just it's awful, because it's this one has James McAvoy and Emily Blunt and Johnny Depp and
fart jokes. Ah!
Okay, so that's another thing. We were watching all these trailers for these movies, and there seemed to be one common thread through all of it. They had to have a butt joke and they had to have a fart joke, and it's
or both combined.
Yeah, but it's is that what we need to sell movies nowadays?
That's what children want to see.
Fart jokes?
That's hilarious. Gold comedy shit right there. That is grade A child laughter.
Yeah.
The kids are gonna see it. Good times.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's a part where they just
note.
No.
I don't know. It's basically about this Sherlock Gnomes, who is a garden gnome version of Sherlock Holmes, and
Johnny Depp.
He's investigating missing garden gnomes, and they take every pun opportunity with this.
There's this part where they're like, "We need a ship," and Romeo goes, "No ship, Sherlock.
'Cause
I wanna die."
Because all the parents who know what that was supposed to be are gonna laugh.
God.
This is gonna be the kind of movie that you know, grandparents are going to take their little kids to it because, like, oh, it's an animated movie. It'll shut them up for an hour and a half.
It seems so inappropriate.
And like, I work at a movie theater right now, and I know the exact kind of people that are going to go see this. And
she goes, yes, you're being a rear end. Ah, she called him an ass.
Yes, dear.
So funny.
So I don't have high hopes for this. Kyle, this is going to be your movie of the year, right?
Oh, definitely, Kyle.
Yeah, standing ovation.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so get ready for that one, guys. I am actually kind of glad that Isle of Dogs and Sherlock Gnomes are coming out on the same day, so maybe people will see like, oh, here's this other animated movie that is clearly better.
It's probably going to be rated like PG-13 though.
I think Isle of Dogs actually are.
Oh shit, so parents aren't going to take their kids to see that.
I don't know what it is. I think it might be PG-13. But
there'll be swear words and all that.
There will be swears.
But Wes Anderson always has tasteful swears.
Yeah. So let's not dwell on Sherlock Gnomes anymore.
No ship.
Oh god. So we're gonna move on to another movie, which it looks like it should just be a direct-to-DVD movie, but I guess it's coming to theaters. It's called Sergeant Stubby, an American Hero.
Sergeant Stubby.
If you couldn't tell, Melanie really likes dogs.
Sergeant Stubby.
It's about this guy who has a dog who apparently doesn't know the word no, and just follows him into the military.
Okay, but for real, the military would be like, fuck off, dog.
But it's a whimsical story about a dog who's gonna go to war.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. The military would have been like, okay, there's no way this dog.
But he became one of them.
He became Sergeant Stubby.
He's Sergeant Stubby.
Why is he called Stubby?
He outranked his
human.
No, it's based on a real dog.
It's a real dog?
Yes.
That's hilarious. God,
I can't. Something sad's gonna happen.
He died at age 9.
No. That's
Did he die in battle?
Age.
No, it says he saved his regime from mustard gas attacks. Found and comforted the wounded. Caught a German shoulder by the seat of his pants.
Oh, so is this World War II then?
World War I was mustard gas.
It says World War One.
Oh, well, I mean that's kind of interesting. An animated movie doing World War One.
It said he was nominated for rank and promoted to sergeant through combat.
Neato.
Oh, what a good boy.
I mean, this looks like a very low rent kind of movie, but
a good boy.
I was just watching the trailer. I'm like, where's the story?
They don't want to give too much away, Kyle.
He's a good boy.
Awful.
Stubby.
I don't care if it's based on a real story. It's awful.
Is it because he has a stub tail?
His name is Stubby.
Well, I noticed watching it. I mean, the uniforms look very World War One.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
Is it an American dog story?
I don't know.
Or is it?
It sounded American.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see. That comes out on April 13th. So if you're into like dogs and war movies and stuff, so there you go. Probably what I would consider the worst looking movie on this list.
The one with Jim Gaffigan?
Yes. And I like Jim Gaffigan.
I fucking hate Jim Gaffigan.
What?
I fucking hate him.
Oh,
we saw him.
We saw him. We saw him once.
Front row.
We were.
Ooh, awful.
But so there's this movie called Duck Duck Goose coming out, which that name alone should sell you on
also
it.
Has fart jokes.
Also has fart jokes and butt jokes.
I thought this was one of those movies that was made overseas and then just dubbed.
It looks like it.
It might be.
'Cause there's a lot of movies like that.
Maybe. This is very much. I shouldn't be so opposed to this, but I feel like there's this trend going on that like these lower rent animation studios are getting their movies played in national theaters now.
Norm of the North.
Yeah, like that. And there was like this Wizard of Oz movie that came out a couple years ago that we kept seeing trailers for. Just these like obviously they should be direct-to-video kind of movies, but because they have enough like celebrity backing behind it, they can get it in wide release. And I don't know.
Yeah, they look like Netflix movies.
I just fucking hate these movies where they're like, here's a character, and they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. It's like, why do we have to migrate? And it's just dumb shit like that.
I mean, it's the whole story of, it's like the grumpy character gets settled with little children characters, and they're like, they don't like each other, but they're gonna slowly learn to like each other and love each other over the course of the movie until they're gonna be best friends at the end.
Best friends.
Basically, but
yeah, so yeah, it's basically this Goose character voiced by Jim Gaffigan like gets separated, and these two new ducklings get separated, and they're like, we gotta find our families, and so we're gonna travel together, and it's just gonna be wacky hijinks throughout.
Who's the girl duck Goose baby?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the cast list, but it was another one of those things where at the end it listed like 10 big name celebrities, where it's like, hey, look at all these people we have.
I also
800 paycheck collectors.
Yeah.
I also hate it when like there's a kids movie and the kid is the smartass. They're like, you don't know what you're doing, do you? Bitch, I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm doing. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Stupid child.
Whoa.
Bitch, go find your own way home.
Mel's getting hostile.
It's all these kids with attitudes. You need to calm down.
Yeah. So I don't have any real positive things to say about this movie other than it looks like garbage, and I don't see it doing well.
It was a fart joke, though.
Yes, kids love fart jokes, apparently.
It was a green fart.
Oh, God. So moving on, in the movie that I'm the only one in this room that cares about it, we're finally getting the last Digimon Adventure Tri movie.
Woohoo.
It's been like 2 or 3 years, and we're finally on the last movie, and I'm a little sad that it's over now, but also not, because it kind of needs to end.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Whoa. But you know us, guys. This is like our bread and butter for our channel, so we'll definitely be reviewing it when it comes out. So
bread and butter.
But yep, it's gonna wrap up everything that's been going on, hopefully in a satisfying way, and yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And Gomamon.
Melanie likes Gomamon.
So cute.
Oh.
And I like the other one.
The other one.
With the wings, ears. The ear wings.
Patamon.
Patamon.
The little hamster.
So cute.
Oh my god.
They're all so cute.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out on our channel for that review coming up here in May. Not too much to say about that.
Hooray.
But something I am also incredibly excited for.
What's happening?
The Pixar sequel I've been saying they need to make for years.
I was like, what's happening?
The Incredibles 2 is finally coming out.
People are jazzed.
Like the soundtrack.
People are fucking jazzed for this movie.
I'm jazzed for this movie. I
have to rewatch the first one. See, that was one of those movies that just kind of like I watched one time.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of adult jokes in it though, so it kind of went over my head.
Yeah.
So I need to rewatch it, I think. And
I am
excited.
all for rewatching The Incredibles because it's a great movie.
See, like Pixar is just making all kinds of sequels now.
Well, see, they've had good sequels and bad sequels.
Monsters University was good.
Monsters University.
Finding Dory was meh.
Finding Dory was unnecessary.
Yeah. And
I haven't seen Cars 3, but Cars 2 was really unnecessary. So like, if Pixar's gonna make a good sequel, I'm up for it. And from what I've heard, The Incredibles 2 is supposed to pick up like exactly where the last one, like right at the last scene of the last movie. It's gonna start there. So I'm interested to see what they can do. And honestly, like it'll be kind of weird seeing this now because back when the first movie came out, like we didn't have the huge glut of superhero movies that we do now. So I wonder if they'll do like some kind of commentary on that, like just how superheroes are oversaturated now.
I like the Incredible Disney Infinity figures.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle, did you watch The Incredibles?
I did. I watched it in theaters.
Did you like it?
It's alright.
It's alright. Are you excited for the sequel?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to fuck Mrs. Incredible.
She's a hot mama.
See her butt.
She does have a nice
She's
butt.
got a rockin' booty.
Got that mama butt.
See that butt joke?
Dem birthing hips.
Dem birthing hips.
But yeah, so I am very excited for The Incredibles 2, and you better believe we're gonna review that when it comes out.
Mrs. Incredible's going through birth was like the best, because she probably was just able to stretch her vagina way open, and like those babies could just walk right out.
I mean, probably.
That would be the best.
There you go.
Good job.
You just need stretchy powers.
I need a stretchy vagina power.
All right, there you go.
Wow.
So yeah, that'll be out on June 15th. On July 13th, we're getting another sequel that I'm cautious.
Asked for?
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic only because of who's involved. They're making another Hotel Transylvania movie, and I think I can fairly say that we enjoyed the first two.
Yeah, Gendy forever.
And I don't like them just because Gendy Tartakovsky's directing them, but I think they have very interesting animation. It's very fluid and very Gendy's style, but I don't know. I think they have an interesting enough concept to go on. I mean, they made a TV series on it, which I've never watched.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. It's got Selena Gomez in
it sure does.
She's
and Adam Sandler and all his friends. But
I keep forgetting that's Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, they're making another one where they're gonna go on a cruise because it's summertime.
Yay!
But yeah, we were watching the trailer for this, and I feel like, at least from what I've been shown, this is the most Gendy-esque animation that they've had so far. I think over the course of the movies, they've gotten more and more kind of silly and in Gendy's kind of style. And I think they finally decided to just let him go all out with this one.
Hey, because he did Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Yeah. Kyle, what do you feel about this movie?
I don't think it's needed.
It's what?
I don't think it's needed. It's just, I don't know. It's dumb.
No movies are needed.
Well, I'm just hoping this is the third movie. They finished their trilogy, I guess. So I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping they don't make this the Shrek of Sony Animation, where they just pump one out every year.
Did it need a third?
I didn't
one?
see
Did it need a trilogy.
I didn't see the kid in this trailer at all.
Yeah, they didn't show the little what's her name?
Mabel.
The vampire chick and her ginger boyfriend. They didn't show their kid.
No.
Oh yeah, their ginger husband.
Come on, you can't have a kid.
It's
Andy
Andy Samberg. We've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he's in that show.
He's got a horrible mouth.
He does. So yeah, I might go see this just because we want to support Gendy.
Gendy.
I just don't like when they show a trailer and it shows no plot. It's just like a random string of shit happens. I want to know a plot.
Well, see, that's kind of like a thing with trailers nowadays. It's either random scenes slapped together, or they show you way too much of the plot.
Yeah.
So,
it's just, they're on a boat now. That's it.
And
your story.
And honestly,
what was really the plot for the second one? I mean,
the second one was they were trying to teach the kid how to be a vampire because they were afraid he was either normal or a vampire.
Know that
see, I honestly, if they're gonna do either or of those two kind of trailer styles, I'd rather them just show me a random string of things rather than here's every beat of the plot just in the trailer, because then they're just kind of why would I bother watching your movie then?
I'm not saying make it like the Cinderella Disney remake where it shows you the entire movie condensed into 3 minutes, or How to Train Your Dragon. I just want to know what's going to happen. I mean, a movie like that, you don't need a bad guy, but they fucking pulled the bad guy out of their ass in the second movie.
Yeah.
And it was that wasn't needed.
Yeah, that conflict did kind of come out of nowhere.
It's kind of like Frozen, where they threw a bad guy in there for the fuck of it.
I could go on about that forever.
I think we did once when we reviewed Frozen.
Really? That's so fucking random.
I never watched it.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That'll be something to occupy your summer with.
Yay.
Now, a movie that doesn't have a trailer yet, and I don't like this show, and I don't know how they're going to stretch this out into an hour and a half, but they're making a Teen Titan Go movie, and I don't know how to feel about it.
I know, because they're like 11-minute episodes.
Like, it's just like I've seen enough episodes that the comedy style does not lend itself to long form. So it's like it's like, are they gonna do what they did with like the My Little Pony movie, where they're gonna like really up the animation style? Because like the show is like super basic Flash.
Yeah.
So like I want to know. I need to see a trailer first. Is what I need to see. Is this?
It could be canceled.
They'll never cancel that show. It's like
I bet the movie could be canceled.
No, they're still working on it.
Oh.
And it comes out in July on the 27th. But I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't like Teen Titans Go. I've made my peace with it, but it's just like
funny.
Of course you do.
It's funny.
Yeah.
There are episodes that make me laugh. I think it's a cute little chibi art style.
It's just there's a lot of screaming.
There's a lot of screaming.
I don't know if I want to listen to a bunch of screaming for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's very slapstick humor.
JD is just a purist and he likes the original show.
No, what I've said is I made my peace with it. There are two different shows and they can be enjoyed separately. I personally just do not like the new show.
I mean, it's funny because whoever makes that show, they openly make jokes like all the time about.
They sure do.
How shitty it is.
It's like even the people who make the show don't like it.
It's really funny.
So
It's
maybe they'll make the movie about them like, oh, we're so commercially popular that we need a movie, and they just spend like the whole movie trying to make a movie. It'll be a giant meta joke.
I just don't like what they did with Raven in that show.
What?
Well, because in the original one, she's, got a lot of character development. In this one, they just...
I think they threw out everybody's character development.
Yeah, they just threw everything away. They made her, really, she, loves My Little Pony, and,
Well, because Tara Strong's in that show.
She and Beast Boy are actually a thing.
Oh. Well,
It's good times.
Yeah. So another thing by Warner Brothers coming out in September, a movie called Smallfoot, which is basically it's reverse Bigfoot. It's a bunch of Yetis scared of a...
It kind of reminds me of that Planet 51.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't like this role reversal shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been doing it a lot. They've been doing it since Shrek almost, where it's just like, oh, here's this, but instead this happens. Isn't that wacky?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like
that Planet 51 was so stupid. It was basically an alien planet, and a human goes to the alien planet, and the human's the alien.
Right.
So.
But yeah, the trailer we watched for this, it doesn't have a lot of... Again, Kyle, kind of going with your thing where they don't show you much of the plot. It's basically just this scene of one of the Yetis telling of this story about how he ran into a mountain climber, and he'd never seen a human before, so he thinks he's some kind of monster with tiny feet.
So stupid.
Smallfoot instead of Bigfoot. Get it, guys?
Hey, and then Land Before Time, his name's Littlefoot.
Yes, dear.
They could all be friends.
Good job. So yeah, I mean, I think I've said it before. I'm glad that Warner Brothers is getting back into making animated movies. I mean, obviously the Lego movies are good. I don't know. I didn't really mind Storks. I thought it was all right when I watched it.
You like birds, though.
It was a harmless movie. So I'm all for Warner Brothers getting back into making goofy movies. So we'll see. I think I need to see another trailer that explains more plot to get a better read on this one. Kyle, do you have an opinion?
No, I probably won't watch it. It looks like something. Looks like something Gendy would be attached to just by the style, but it's not.
The style does look kind of like Gendy's. Watching this and Hotel Transylvania back to back, it's like the art styles are very similar.
It's very celebrity heavy.
Yeah, it's also one of those celebrity heavy movies. So
man, what happened to just regular old voice actors?
They don't bring in the box office draw.
Yeah, right. Ratchet and Clank movie.
Yeah, exactly. The movie you fell asleep in.
Oh, it was so bad.
So we've got another movie here on the list that doesn't have a trailer, but it's also another movie nobody asked for. Illumination, everybody's favorite animation company, is remaking The Grinch again.
Why does Illumination suck so bad?
Yeah, but I mean, as much as people were masturbating to the Once Slayer and stuff,
that's true.
They're
yeah,
really, really going all out to
make
the Grinch.
Okay, I'm just at the point where it's like, okay, we have the old Boris Karloff Grinch animated short, and that's good.
Amazing.
That's fine.
It.
And then we have Jim Carrey's The Grinch. It's like, what more can you do? Like, I want to see a trailer because I want to see how is this version going to be any different.
But we don't have a CG movie, and that's the thing.
It's true, we don't.
Do you remember when Disney a couple years back did a CG Christmas Carol?
Yeah, we reviewed that last year.
Holy shit, that was so goddamn boring.
Oh, I like that movie.
Because it was just word for word.
To you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Well, alright then.
I like that it was very Victorian and stuff.
Oh, it was so boring. It was just word for word the book, and I was like, oh, kill me.
I like that though. But yeah, I mean, Illumination has already made a Dr. Seuss movie when they made the Lorax a while back.
That was dumb.
I've never seen the Lorax.
The Cat in the Hat was the reason why they can't do live action movies anymore.
Yeah, so it's like, I think, if only because it's animation, that maybe this won't be awful. And like Illumination, if it was anybody else, I'd be a little less hesitant. But because it's a
Horton Hears a Who.
I think Sony did that.
Because that was a good one.
I think Sony did that.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. Thank you. I can't remember. There's so many companies now to keep track of. But yeah, so I'll wait until I see a trailer for this one to make a real.
Well, they've already shown pictures of what he looks like when he's young.
Yeah,
so they're gonna go back into an origin story.
Why are they going into an origin story?
They gotta fill fucking 90 minutes.
That book is like 10 pages long. How are they gonna fill a whole half?
I just don't give a shit.
They did that with the Jim Carrey movie. They did his origin.
Why can't it just be like the Who's are really bad neighbors and they annoy the fuck out of him and that's it? That's all you need.
I don't know.
I just want them to fucking show that the Horton Hears a Who thing is the same universe.
Oh yeah.
As the Who's from the Grinch.
Yeah, because
I wanted to see that in Horton Hears a Who. I wanted to see like that mountain or something. It is kind of confusing, isn't it?
It's
just a small little nod to it.
It's the Who's down in Whoville.
Yeah.
That is kind of confusing that the Who's are tiny.
There's a Dr. Seuss extended universe that they're trying to set up. Maybe Illumination's just gonna like make the Dr. Seuss animated universe.
So would that mean that the Grinch is also really tiny?
Yes.
Huh.
But he's met the Cat in the Hat before, so.
Yeah.
Put those glasses back on and face the truth.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah. That's going to come out November 9th, at the beginning of November. At the end of November, around Thanksgiving, a movie that I'm excited for, but Kyle has brought up many times why I should be hesitant about this movie. We're getting Wreck-It Ralph 2, which I really like the original Wreck-It Ralph, but simply because the Emoji Movie exists, I am very hesitant about this movie because it is about Ralph and all of his friends going into the internet, and it's going to probably have a lot of internet jokes. And
which are going to age like milk.
What?
Is that what the Emoji Movie was about?
I mean,
they go through the internet?
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were just going through their phone apps.
We watched the CinemaSins for that.
Yeah, but it was so
bad. I'm not, like, they haven't shown too much about this, but it's like, they did describe one scene where they're going to go basically to the Disney website, and pretty much all Disney's properties are going to be there. So like you're going to see a bunch of Marvel and Star Wars stuff, and they meet all of the Disney princesses who are all in CG now.
See, that doesn't really make me cringe as much as it just makes me groan. It's just like,
yeah.
I get that.
So I'd like to think that Disney is a better company than to stoop to.
Wreck-It Ralph is just so good.
Yeah, and like the references in the original Wreck-It Ralph are so minimal that like the movie stands on its own even without them. So I'm hoping that's what this movie is gonna do. It's like, yes, we're gonna reference things, but it's not gonna deter from the plot of the movie.
Some of the stuff was just like out there though. You have this video game land, and then it's like Nesquik. It's like, how the fuck?
Yeah, the whole Sugar Rush air part of the original Wreck-It Ralph was a little like it felt more it felt more Candyland than video game.
Yeah, well, they're like, oh, it's Nesquik Sand, and it's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
How would they put that in a game? And then they're like, it's Beard Papa, which is an actual company.
Yeah.
And then that was like, why is that in a video game too?
I don't know.
This worries me because, yes, we're probably going to see memes, which are going to age like milk.
Yeah.
Think of memes from like fucking 2009, like Rage comics and stuff.
Yeah, there's going to be trolls.
Pretty old.
So, I don't know. I'd like to think...
That worries me.
I'd like
the
to
whole
think...
fucking... Let me finish, goddammit!
Oh.
Anyways, the whole thing that they're saying that there's like a Tumblr type character too worries the shit out of me.
Oh, God.
And her name is like Yas Queen or something like that.
Yas Queen!
Oh my god. That's awful.
Yeah, that's where it makes me like really hesitant about watching it.
That's why I'm like really concerned about any movie that's like, oh, we're gonna make it about technology. It's like, guys, like the second your movie comes out, you date it.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but it's like always written by like a 60-year-old or something.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, you're getting a middle-aged person trying to write about what kids like, and it's like,
What's
it just
that
comes.
video game?
What?
What's that video game? It's like on PS4 or something, and it's got kids talking, and it's just like absolutely retarded.
Oh.
I no idea.
Let me see.
But
Keep talking.
But
I'll
yeah,
figure it out.
so I am excited in the sense that it is our new Wreck-It Ralph movie, but I am very worried because of its subject matter.
Yeah, that first Wreck-It Ralph is so good.
So hopefully it's not awful. So that'll be coming out around Thanksgiving. And
Life is Strange.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay.
The way the kids talk in Life is Strange feels like an old person wrote it thinking this is how kids talk.
Jesus.
That worries me.
Yeah. So coming out on December 14th, a movie I'm kind of surprised is gonna come out on a wide release. We're getting an animated Spider-Man movie. They're gonna do Miles Morales, Black Spider-Man.
Yay! I love him.
And I think this movie has a really cool style because it's very colorful. It's very neon, and the animation's it's CG, but it's like stop motion-esque a little bit. But I think they're doing a movie where it's like there's multiple versions of Spider-Man because it's like Miles is.
You think Spidey Gwen's gonna be in it?
Maybe.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well, they did a comic called Spider-Verse where there was a vampire killing all the different Spider-Mans.
Yeah, there's like a billion different Spider-Mans across the multiverse. So because there's like at the end of the trailer, it shows Miles talking to Peter Parker, who I guess is supposed to be dead in their universe. So maybe that's like Miles is in the Ultimate Universe and regular Peter's in the main continuity Marvel universe. So they're gonna
the Ultimate Peter died, and he took over after he had died. Right.
So maybe they're going to be doing that kind of thing where they're going to go dimension hopping and gathering a bunch of Spider-Mans. Spider-Mans and women's. I don't know. I think this movie has a really cool style, and I'm kind of excited to see it. Because I'm glad that just because Spider-Man's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now doesn't mean you can't still do interesting stuff with them outside of that.
It's still made by Sony.
It is still made by Sony. But I think this is really cool, and I'm glad that they're kind of doing a new, interesting thing with Spider-Man. That isn't just standard Spider-Man movies. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Homecoming, but this is just like something new, and it's very creative the way they decided to present it. So
I think Miles is like so adorable.
It's weird. They released toys of him and they gave him a different name.
Weird.
It's for the Ultimate Spider-Man show or something.
Oh,
they called him like Kid Arachnid or something stupid like that.
Weird. Maybe they want to confuse kids.
People were like, you can't have Black Spider-Man.
They're doing
it is. It's called Kid Arachnid. It's fucking retarded.
Well, they're doing that with a couple different Spider-Man characters because like they're doing this like young heroes show that's gonna have like Miss Marvel and Squirrel Girl, and Spider-Gwen's gonna be in it, but they're calling her Ghost Spider.
Yeah.
Which okay. Cool.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like maybe they want to have Gwen Stacy in it, so they don't want to like confuse people.
Yeah.
They just do something like that.
Well, I think it's still Gwen Stacy. It's just like she's opting to make a different code name. Instead of being Spider-Gwen, she's Ghost Spider now.
But that is a fucking retarded name because you're giving away your identity
yeah.
with your name.
Yeah. So who knows? But I don't know. I'm excited to see more of what they want to do with this Into the Spider-Verse movie. And I'm down to see it. So yeah. So that is all of the movies. Not all of them, but the ones we deemed important enough to talk about. Animated movies coming out this year.
Oh my god, I just made up the best Spider-Gwen song.
Okay, cool.
Spider-Gwen, Spider-Gwen, does whatever Spider-Man can. Does she pee from a
Okay,
dick?
you're
No,
done.
she
You're done.
doesn't 'cause she's a
You're
chick.
done. You're done now. So yeah, if we didn't get to a movie maybe you're excited for, let us know in the comments. And I'm sure we're going to be reviewing a lot of movies on this list. Not all of them, obviously. I'm not fucking watching Sherlock Gnomes. But we'll probably get to a lot of these. So yeah, here's to a good 2018, everybody. We got a lot of stuff planned for this year, so hopefully it'll be good. Does anyone else have anything they want to say before we go?
No. Deuces.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, thanks for listening, and we will catch you all again next week.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Ink and Paint Club podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can catch a new episode every week. Also be sure to follow us on our Facebook and Twitter so you can keep up with the show. Links are in the description. We'll see you next week.